metiéndole cortó. Con Helio Piedra, Maffer, la bandida, no hay liga, esto es un vacilón. En HD 297.3 la fiesta se formó. La música con variedad la tocamos desde salsa hasta reggaetón. Un vacilón, este es el show de la mañana en el tapón. Son un bombón, tírame remix, let's go.
Ya no tiene excusa, pero si le ponen la canción, le da una depresión.
Si te invito a una copa y me acerco a tu boca,
un egoísta,
puro chantaje, puro chantaje.
Esto es el show de la mañana, el show. Esto es el show de la mañana, el show. Esto es el show de la mañana, el show. Esto es el show de la mañana, el show.
Este es el show de la mañana con Helio Piedra, Maffer y la bandida.
Este es el show,
Este es el show de la mañana, el show. Buenos días, estamos nuevamente aquí en Tu Fiesta Radio 97.3 HD2 y estamos con un segmento especial, un segmento muy bonito que lo vamos a llevar aquí con Maffer. Maffer, me encantaría que nos des la bienvenida, a estas bellas damas que nos acompañan aquí en Tu Fiesta Radio, en este show de la mañana, para poder informar a nuestra comunidad de lo que estamos haciendo, de lo que están haciendo ellas. Vamos a hacer una entrevista bilingüe, ¿no es cierto? Me encantaría
Así
que les des
es.
la bienvenida.
Bueno, el día de hoy estamos acompañadas con estas dos bellísimas mujeres, two beautiful women who are here representing and they work with Children's Trust here in Alachua. But I'm gonna let them explain and talk more about what is Children Trust, qué hace Children Trust, qué es lo que proveen. But we're very, very excited to know who is Marsha Kinner and why is she here? Why is she part of the Children Trust? Tell me a little bit about you, about your background. How did you came to start working with Children Trust, which to my understanding been recently, right?
Yes. So I think this is the end of month 7. So I'm approaching a year, but it hasn't been a year yet. I'm originally from Gainesville, actually someone affiliated with you guys.
Okay.
And I went to high school together.
Oh.
Tootie and I went to high school together.
Okay.
So I'm from Gainesville. And when the opportunity came to apply for this position, I couldn't pass it up, right? I love children. I love my community. I feel like I am the person that I am because I was raised here. And I feel like the village of this county raised me. My parents were educators. They were teachers. And so when we first moved here, I was about 3.
Okay.
And my mom and dad taught at Santa Fe High School in Alachua. So I went to preschool, if you will, back then in Alachua. Then kindergarten through 2nd grade, I attended Alachua Elementary. And then my parents transferred over to Buchholz High School. I'm a proud Buchholz Bobcat also. And so when my dad was a coach and a dean, and so when they moved to Buchholz High School as teachers, then I started attending elementary school here in Gainesville proper. So I attended Williams Elementary School, Lincoln Middle School, and then Buchholz. And then I stayed for college, so I'm a proud UF grad. So this is home, right?
Of course.
Everywhere that I have lived, I have strongly repped Gainesville, Alachua County, and the University of Florida. So when the opportunity came, my mom is a little older now, right? I'm a little older. I thought, what better opportunity, right? And it wasn't like I thought this was where I would be. But when these things happen in your life, you know they happen for a reason.
Definitely.
To be able to come back and be with my mom, my brother is here, and to work for an organization whose total mission is all about children and families and creating opportunities for them. I thought I have to go for it. And then I was lucky and they selected me to be the executive director. So that's my story. Just happy to be back in my hometown, working with people like Liz, making a difference.
That's wonderful. I love to hear it. It looks and it seems like a great path. You have the experience first of all, but what's more important, and I always say that, the passion.
Yeah.
If you're passionate about something, you're on the right path for what you want to do. So that's very nice that you were able to combine, your experience, your skills, your education with your passion, and right now you're working with Children's Trust, which I would like to hear from you. What's the mission? What is it that you guys do over there? When was it funded? And what you guys have been able to accomplish in the past few years? I know COVID hit hard for every industry, for everyone. And right now it's like everyone is coming out of the hole, like trying to survive again. So how have been that experience with Children's Trust?
So the Children's Trust was created in 2018. So it was created to fund programs for children. COVID hit, like you said, and so things slowed down a little bit. But now we are really just growing and moving. Now that we have our executive director, we're super excited because we're making a lot of things happen for the children in Alachua County. So it's just been an amazing to be able to offer all these programs for children in our county.
What are some of the programs and the service that you guys could provide for families, but also to benefit the children specifically? I know you were telling me about summer programs, or are there any other specific, maybe in some specific time, or maybe for children with disability that actually require a special treatment?
So we do fund summer camps right now. A lot of the families are taking advantage because they need programs during the summer. So we fund a number of summer camps. We also have services also for disability. If there are children that need programs, there are some that children could go to. But maybe Marcia, you can elaborate on that.
Liz, you said it. We have about 24 summer camps currently taking place all throughout the county. We fund after-school programs, right? So families and children participate in our after-school programs. We have programs that are mentoring programs. We fund organizations that will go into those summer camps, those after-school programs, who will do enrichment types of activities, teaching young people about how to affirm themselves, that they are somebody, if you will. Character building programs. So you name it, we fund a little bit of everything. Actually, over the past year, we've touched about 18,000 children and families in the county, and we've put over $4 million we've invested in children and families in the county.
I love that, because not everything then have to be done by Children's Trust, but you guys provide the resources for other organizations who have already the project done, who have the people on house to execute it and actually deliver it. So it's like, we're not doing it all, but we're being part of what's being done for the kids and for the family.
We invest in them. We can't invent, right? Everything. But if we see that there are organizations that are already doing good work, then we create opportunities. We actually have some right now. I was mentioning mentoring. In July, we're going to have about $500,000 available, where organizations, people who are currently working with our young folks, right? So you don't have to be a large entity. It could be a church group. It could be just a guy who takes kids, every week, every couple of weeks, and he's working with them and taking them places, playing soccer or whatever it is, investing and pouring back in to those young people. We have a funding opportunity where you would be able to go onto our website, see what's available, and apply. So really a lot of what we do, not a lot, almost everything that we provide out here, there's an application process. You present to us how you do whatever it is we're asking for. And then if all things align, you would be able to receive some of those funds. So I encourage anyone, particularly with our mentoring, because that's such a gift, right? If you have a program and you are working with young people, you are already providing that investment of time and energy, and I say heart. Then come to our website, look at what's out there. Again, probably around the 1st of July, second week of July. And I encourage you, implore you to apply. We really want to spread, these funds out countywide to everybody. And I want to make a point of talking about that. As Liz said, the trust came into being in 2018 because the citizens of our county voted for it. Well, when we say the citizens of our county, that means everybody, not just the folks that live in Gainesville. And remember, I'm from Gainesville. I grew up in East Gainesville, actually, very proud of that. But the trust is for every child of the county, and we want to ensure that we are providing opportunities for all of our children. So if you're in Hawthorne, if you're in Waldo, Archer, Alachua, High Springs, I mean literally Monty Oak, wherever you are, we want to make sure that we are touching your child. We want to make sure that there are programs for you. So I wanted to.
This is very interesting, and I'm gonna translate in Spanish for our audience. If someone is listening and want to know more about Children Trust, this is an organization here in Alachua that literally they provide money, resources for people to either execute or present or provide help to kids. They also have their own programs. Ellos tienen sus propios programas de clases después de la escuela, de campamentos de verano, a los cuales los padres pueden acudir visitando la página web de ellos, que ya la vamos a mencionar en unos momentos, rellenando un formulario. Como todo tiene un proceso de aceptación, de aprobación, se puede rellenar el formulario, ellos lo van a recibir y van a regresar a contactarlos a ustedes. Y es muy importante porque la directora acá presente, Marsha, está diciendo que ella le pide a todas aquellas personas que nos están escuchando que sea cual sea la iniciativa que tú tengas, pero que sea a beneficio de los niños, que por favor seas participativo, que te atrevas como a participar, incluso muchas veces, a mí me gusta decirlo, hasta ser merecedor. Hay muchas personas que estamos afuera en nuestra comunidad tratando de hacer lo mejor para niños, o incluso muchas veces, el otro día me encontraba con una amiga, para las personas de tercera edad, que también muchas veces, ¿verdad?, nos olvidamos de ella y ella estaba tratando de ayudarla. Pero en este caso es con los niños, te ayudamos a que esa idea tú la puedas en verdad ejecutar. Hay muchas personas que tienen ideas, incluso lo simple que ella estaba diciendo, una clase de pintura, una clase de soccer, que suena como algo mínimo, pero en verdad para la vida de un niño puede hacer la diferencia, te puede distraer, te puede prevenir de estar en situaciones que quizás no quieras, alejarte de los malos comportamientos. Entonces es muy importante que todos podamos ser parte de esto y que cualquier padre que se encuentre escuchando, ¿no? Vaya a la página web, que ya no las vas a compartir.
Eso
para
es lo
que
que nos están escribiendo acá. Quieren saber si Children Trust, cuántos años tienen de formado y cómo se pueden comunicar a ellos, si tienen un medio de comunicación, un teléfono que lo pudieran dar para que la gente pueda llegar a ustedes.
Sí, también pueden ir nosotros tenemos las redes sociales, ahí siempre ponemos los eventos, las diferentes actividades. Y si me quieren llamar a mí directamente, porque yo hablo español.
¿Cuál es el número de teléfono para la comunidad latina?
374-1832.
374-1832.
Con el área code 352.
Sí.
Okay, ese es un buen número de teléfono para comunicarse con ella.
Vamos a repetir, el teléfono es el 352-374-1832 para la comunidad latina, para que pueda hablar. ¿Su nombre cuál es?
Elizabeth Kaysen.
Con Elizabeth se pueden comunicar a toda la comunidad latina al 352-374-1832. ¿Tienen una web, una página web?
Sí.
¿Cuál es la página web? ¿Podría decirlo, por favor?
www.childrenstrustofalatchuacounty.us.
Repetimos, si fuera tan amable.
www.childrenstrustofalatchuacounty.us.
Excellent.
Love it. I have another question that I'm interested in knowing about the listening project. What was that, or what is it about? Tell me a little bit about it and the impact that it have in planning the community.
So, again, I'm relatively new. The listening project kicked off August, September of last year. So when I got here in October, We were right in the beginning phases of it, but really the purpose of the listening tour was for us to say to the community, tell us what we can do better. What are the needs of our community? And so through interviews, surveys, community meetings. What am I missing, Liz? There was a focus group.
So you guys did data collection.
Exactly. We went out, we met with parents, we met with youth. We met with folks that we are currently funding, our service providers, and then partners, people in the community who care about children and families. And we said, answer these questions. Tell us, what are the issues? What are the pressing issues that we need to solve to help children and families in this community? And we spoke to over 1,400 folks. They shared with us their thoughts about our community's needs. And the purpose of all of that was, I think, twofold. One, you all just talked about it with COVID, coming out of COVID. We hadn't paused. We were still funding things, but certainly we were new. We were new trusts. There are trusts all around the state, but some of us are just brand new. So my analogy for staff, and everybody will hear me say, we were birthed right in 2018 and 2019, but now we're like a toddler. So now we're going to be bumping into things, right? We're kind of toddling around on our tippy toes, trying to figure it out. Yeah. And so that's the beauty of the listening tour. We said it was going to inform our strategic plan, which we were working on. We've just finished it literally Monday. And so all of that information was put into a document. Again, Liz just shared with you all our website. If you're interested, you can go to our website and you will be able to read. It's a 248-page document. But hey,
you can scroll through it.
If that floats your boat, read it. There's a little summary on there too, an executive summary. But basically, it just tells you what we heard. Wonderful. And then we took that.
What were some of the causes that you guys found more common that were a necessity in our community?
So we heard a lot about mental health, right? Coming out of COVID, it really impacted our children and our families. And so there is a huge need for more mental health support. Literally everybody talked about transportation. So we found that transportation is also another critical need of our community. And then activities for kids, right? Our rural communities said it over and over and over again that they really wanted more activities and sports for young people. So those are things that we at the Trust are going to be thinking about how we can help with those things. What kinds of programs or services or systems, because a huge part of what we do, in addition to funding directly things or organizations, is convening folks and talking about what these issues are and how we collectively can make an impact to make things better for our community. So those are some of
how
the
in communities, how things are really being changed when you actually want to change. And it's interesting because whenever we want to do this type of events or projects, we have to listen. I think that's a superpower, listening more than actually speaking or directing the person or telling someone what it is you have to listen. So going out there, especially I have been reporting a lot on the east side of Gainesville, which so many people found themselves having issues with transportation, with distraction. They need what you just said, arts, sports, to keep the kids in a good shape. You know what I mean? Sometimes when you
focused and active,
exactly,
and
not distracted from everything that's happening around in our surroundings. So that's very, very important and interesting. All I have to say is congratulations for this great fund that you guys are moving, working on it. And as I said at the beginning, with passion, I think things are accomplished 100% better. So that's very good for both of you.
Ok, thank you. Vamos a repetir el teléfono. Es el 352-374-1832 de Children Trust Staff. Repetimos, 352-374-1832 o 352-374-1832. Ese es el teléfono. Queremos dar las gracias. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
Okay.
Is there anything else that you guys want to share?
I wanted Liz to talk about Liz is our community engagement manager.
Very important person.
Yes. So she is out meeting with everyone, ensuring that we are telling the story of the trust throughout the county. But we have a special fund that we use for special events. So I wanted her to talk about that before we leave.
Yes, so we have sponsorship application on our website. So if there are organizations out there or churches or any entity that's wanting to do an event in their community or in their neighborhood and would like to request for some funds up to $2,500, we could accommodate them, especially if they're providing events especially now during the summer, whether they're having a barbecue or an event for children, somewhere safe for them to go out and play. You see a lot of these pop-up events. So if there's any activities out there going on and people are requesting funds, they could reach out to us. It's on our website, or they could call me directly and I can explain how the process goes.
Wonderful. So, a todas aquellas organizaciones o entidades, como mencionó Liz, una iglesia, un non-profit organization, que tenga algún plan, algún proyecto, especialmente para este summer, donde queremos eso, que los niños se mantengan entretenidos, pero haciendo cosas buenas, pueden comunicarse con ella, pueden visitar la página web, porque tienen recursos los cuales pueden acomodar para ayudarlos a ustedes a ejecutar esa misión. Así que estén muy activos y tengo a alguien en mente.
Muy bueno, muy bueno. Muchísimas gracias. Thank you for
so much for the work that you guys are doing. And I'll personally say I'm very passionate about education, about our next generation, which is very, very important. About this community. I was born and raised in Venezuela, but I moved here 12 years ago, and I live here because of a school. I left. I was like, I have to get out of Gainesville. 6 years after, I'm back. So I'm committed to serve my community. So whatever you guys need or I can help you guys with, I'm more than able and honored.
Gracias por la oportunidad.
Claro.
Ok, gracias a ustedes. Muy amables.